and welcome to another edition of Get to Know Their Honors by Government House. My name is Bree and I'm the manager of Government House, National Historic Site, Museum and Provincial Heritage Property. Today we are going to be interviewing His Honor, the Honourable Russ Mirasty, Lieutenant Governor of Saskatchewan, and Her Honor, Donna Mirasty. Today we're going to be getting to know their honors by asking questions sent in by you, the public, through our social media questions. And today's focus will be on interests and hobbies of their honors. Okay, so the next question is from Sandy Zelinski, and she asked, do you have any hobbies or play any instruments?
I guess I have a number of hobbies, a lot of them really around physical activity. And sometimes I do have some difficulty talking whether it's a hobby or whether it's an interest or just an activity, but certainly, you know, we stay physically fit, and so a lot of things that we do revolve around that. From I run still,
Wow.
I cross-country ski, you know, we do boating, we canoe, hiking, walking, and particularly when we go home. So both winter and summer we're very active. Other than that, I love to cook, and again, it's a necessity, obviously, right? We have to eat, but I like experimenting with different foods and different recipes. And reading, I like to read all kinds of different books and literature. So yeah, a number of interests.
You bet.
But no instruments.
No instruments. Okay.
Yeah.
And yourself?
I don't play any music instruments, but I grew up with just great CBC radio music, from jazz to country to whatever, because my parents always had some music in the house, but I don't play any instruments. But I do have some hobbies, and I do some sewing, and I've made some quilts. They're usually crazy patch quilts, don't have a pattern, and this comes back from my mother and my aunties making blankets or quilts when I was a kid. So I try to, from memory, try to remember how they made theirs. And also I do like to hike or walk, and the kids and I always met Russ coming back from his runs, and now they run with him, and I still go meet him at the end of their runs. So
Nice.
yeah, I'm still there, always cheering and carrying water for everybody.
Well, you're lucky that in the north you get to, a lot of your activities are outside and enjoy the beautiful nature while you're doing them. Yeah.
Well, we call Donna our support crew, and she's always there for us. But you know, just on that, because I see physical activity as being very important for everybody. You do what you can, obviously, based on your own abilities and capabilities. But we become involved in ultra marathons, and as well as skiing long distances. In fact, we have a family tradition that we started a number of years ago. I guess I started every 5 years I would ski my birthday. So the last one was 60 kilometers.
Oh my goodness.
And I mentioned because it's kind of funny, but also really strengthens our family. And at times I do wonder though, but the 60th birthday ski in La Ronge took place on a beautiful day. And for some reason I was able to keep ahead of Jen and Matthew.
Oh.
And they had a bit of a hard time.
Yeah, see, there you go.
It's an ongoing bit of a challenge.
How long would that take you?
About 5 hours.
Wow. That seems really fast to me.
It depends on the conditions, but it's about 5 hours.
Oh, that's great. Good for you guys. Okay, the next question is from Louise Brasner. She asks, what books are you reading now? And do you have a favorite author?
I usually have 3 or 4, maybe more books going at once. Most of them are based on, actually just a segue from physical activity, reading books that are based on real life experiences of people. I like the physical and mental challenges that are talked about in the books. And the very first one, and this always pops to my mind when we're talking about books, The Ascent of Everest. I mean, that's to the extreme, right? Sir Edmund Hillary reaching the top, and for the first time in history in 1953. And from there, read other books, Race to the South Pole, but numerous other versions of those, I guess, quests of people. And so those are the kinds of books I really gravitate towards. And once in a while, I'll dive into fiction. I've read a number of books since taking office here that are related to history, government work. Michael Jackson's work is very good, very informative, educational. And so a lot depends on what I'm doing at the time.
Great, thank you.
I read just about everything in nonfiction, but the one I revisited this winter was Mariah Campbell's book, Half-Breed. I read it years ago, and the new version of it came out last year, and I reread it again, and because it talks about the challenges our women have, and I've met her a few times, so I really enjoyed her book.
Okay, so some good suggestions for our audience of some good reads out there. The next question comes from Kiefer Roberts, and he asked if you have a favorite TV series, and if you've been watching a series or like binge watching a series during the pandemic.
Go ahead.
Okay, I kind of got into NCI, CSI.
Yeah.
And I also like the women from The View. And I've also watched the news a lot. And sometimes you have to turn yourself off that. So I watch whatever is on the television. And also the builders building cabins, and
Oh yeah.
I really like
HGTV.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
For me, I'm a real news junkie, so I'm always scanning the different news networks. Although, as Donna said, we have to be careful with really the negativity, I guess, around what's going on in our world today. And have to be careful about how much of that we try to absorb or understand. But other than that, I guess I'll admit that I'm a Star Trek, Star Wars fan. And whether it's TV or movies, that's often where I go to kind of escape reality, if you will. And it's and documentaries. Again, related to what I like to read. I like documentaries that depict real life experiences and situations.
Well, great. Thank you. Thank you for sharing with us today. So that is all the time we have for today. So please join us next time, and we will learn more about Lieutenant Governor Russ Mirasty and Donna Mirasty. Thank you.